Hey everybody, Eve here. Today you're not going to be seeing my face, you're going to be seeing mostly my hand, and that is because this video is devoted primarily to my favorite tiny space products and why I use them. The number one being, as you can see, strapped to the outside of my rig here is a trash can. And the reason I like this method is because I don't like the smell of trash in my tiny space. I live in 80 square feet, and of course I don't want to smell trash, and I'm sure the people that visit me don't want to either. So I purchased one of these long slender trash cans at Walmart, and I bungee corded it to my rig, which you're going to have to do as well also, because if you don't use bungee cords and secure that to your rig, or find a way to make it so that the wind will not blow it away, because you will get gusty winds of 45 to 50 miles per hour from time to time, you're going to have to bungee cord anything that you're going to be using on a regular basis, and bungee cord it to your system, or have some sort of receptacle or something in order to prevent losing those items. So this trash can has got a liner, so every day as I'm throwing refuse out this window, I use this window. This is my food prep table and my dry sink area where I cook and what have you inside the rig, and everything goes out that window into this waste basket, which is then emptied daily, goes into another large receptacle that's taken down the driveway, and waste management deals with it. So everything goes in that waste can. So when I say crap goes out the window, it literally does. So now we're moving around the rig, because I promised people I would show you or give you a tour of my rig. So here we go. This is my rig. It's a converted horse trailer by David Carlisle out of Naples, Florida. So, and another thing about living in a tiny space, there's my air conditioner, and there's additional storage. I put my gardening tools and supplies in those containers, which I have to cover with a shower curtain, a clear liner, shower curtain of some sort. And my air conditioner is on. It's a little warm today in Ohio. So this is my rig. And love it. And like I said, when you have a tiny space, every day I have to dust, and I have to knock down the spider webs and cobwebs, because when you live in a tiny space, everything and its brother in the insect phylum wants to cohabitate with you. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to see if you guys can see this. If I hit it in the right angle, you will see it. See the spider web there? Yeah, I have to knock that down every day. And then as soon as I knock it down, I don't know what it is, I just can't deter him, or, make him give up. That spider he perseveres. And then here's another one here. Every day I have to fight the spiders. We're back inside my rig, and so I'm going to complete the tour and show you some more of my favorite tiny space products and things that I can't live without. And so first I'm just gonna, and it's a really small space, guys, so the way I'm holding this camera, it's tough. It's really tough to try to capture everything, but I'm gonna do my best. I've got my all-time favorite tiny space product is my 32 feet micro LED lights that I've ran. Let me make it so I can point. I've ran completely, just follow the camera all the way around the top of my rig. They go all the way around, and then when they get to the top of the bed there, not this branch, that's got battery operated LEDs on it. That particular branch that goes right over my bed and my fingers causing it to blur, then it goes back up. So Those are my favorite tiny house, tiny space things. Now, another favorite of mine is this little woven basket that I got at Hobby Lobby. That holds bills, believe it or not. I've got a little file folder in there, and because you're going to have to still pay bills, you're going to need your checkbook, you're going to need a place to put those things so that you can pay your bills and what have you, monthly, weekly, whatever the case may be. So, love that. That is my bill box, whatever you want to call it, my little woven basket, and I purchased that at Hobby Lobby. And, yeah. So, my second most favorite tiny space products and things are the little micro LED lanterns and battery operated lanterns that I have throughout my rig. They give additional sources of light and they're amazing. And I have one above my table. Gotta use candles too, but with candles you have to use extreme caution and you have to be present and babysit them. Otherwise they are a definite fire hazard. But as you can see, I have them throughout my rig, both mobile and kind of fixed units. They add added ambience, but my absolute most favorite is my little, I don't know what you call it, it's a tea light holder or a candle holder that I also purchased at Hobby Lobby. It's very heavy, and I put it as, to me, it acts as a faux fireplace. I really love it. But I also included and wrapped around, I don't know if you can tell, these little micro LED strands that you can purchase separately. And I bought a small strand, very small strand, that usually people use to put inside like one of these units, a small strand, and then put it on there so that when I replace the tea lights, because they dim in a few days, that gives me the light, also. And it's also battery operated. So I love those, and I never burn candles in this because, as you can see, there's a shelf above it, which is wood. I don't want to take any chances with a fire. So that's one of my absolute favorite things, because at night when all of the other lights are out, this thing is magnificent. And as you can see, my place is with the daylight, combination of daylight and the mixed LEDs and other lighting sources. I have plenty of light in here whenever I want it or need it. I also have light from the television set, so light is not a problem. Beautiful view, huh? Oh yes. Now that I noticed this item, this is a little beverage dispenser that I purchased at Walmart. It was less than $10, and it works just perfectly. It dispenses, you can put a gallon of water or any other type of beverage that you want in it. However, I use water, distilled water. Whatever pure, perfect water system you want or use is fine, as long as it's pure. So, and then, can't forget my metal porcelain coated coffee cup. Yes, it's stained, but it is clean, believe it or not. I clean it with my vinegar and water solution every day. So while it may not look clean, it is clean. It's just stained. And then occasionally I'm going to have to take care of the staining. But yep, that's a gift from my best friend ever. And yes, that's what I use every day, and it's one of my favorite products. Another favorite product is my teapot, coffee pot. It's actually a water pot, boiling water pot. Love it. Can't live without it. And every day I boil this water for my coffee and my tea. Must have every single day. Purchased that also at Walmart. Another favorite product is my Intertech electric single burner stovetop. Love it. A lot of people think, and a lot of people ask me, how do you prepare food? Well, it's pretty simple. I have a hook here, and these are another one of my, or they're among my favorite tiny space things are these cup hooks, and I get the stronger ones, or for hanging pots and pans. And so yes, this particular small skillet, which I believe is, I don't know, 8 or 9 inches. Details, folks. I don't know. Get what's comfortable for you. This is plenty for me. And every now and then, if I want to make French toast or scramble eggs or what have you, I use that. And then I also have, and then when I'm finished, I put it back on the hook, and it slips right there between my chair and my food prep area. And I love this Intertech single coil electric burner. It's amazing. So got to get one, folks. If you want to cook in your tiny space, and especially when it's a tiny space like mine, a single burner is all that you need. And getting back to the foods I eat mostly whole foods and fruits, vegetables, things of that nature. So I don't do a ton of cooking, but yes, I have to have my coffee and tea. So yes, my coffee and tea is all around up here in the areas designated for them, along with spices. And I have special little containers that came with my rig. I don't know where David got these, but I'm sure you can find these at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or any place that sells things, little knickknacks and things that you can purchase for the home. And yes, make sure that whatever you do, whether it's food preparation or what have you, that you keep your items that are food related close to you. So as you can see, I have my spices there. I have my silverware here. I have all of these things that assist me with cooking above and below and everywhere. And then underneath my table, where my air conditioner is, you'll see bins, under chair bins and what have you, that have additional food storage. I have lots of food. Oh yes, can't forget the refrigerator either. I love my tiny space refrigerator, and yes, it's a little difficult to get to my food. My space is tiny. It's, it has its limitations, but as you can see, I have a Magic Chef fridge. Can't live without that either. Love it, love it, love it. And then I even keep things like my Laughing Cow cheese on top of it, and that's another thing I can't live without. These little, what do you call them? Drawer liners. Yes. Drawer or shelf liners that you can purchase and cut them to size. And I put things up there, and then they don't slide around so easily, and I don't lose them. Another tiny space thing I can't live without is my footstool, because I sit in that chair. That's my favorite chair every single day. And to be real comfy, I put my footstool about right there, and then I can just kick back and watch TV. And yes, my space is really tiny. Oh, hi. Yes, you do get to see me. So not that I wanted you to. Did not get cleaned up today. You're going to have tiny space days like that too. And oh, yes, can't forget my memory foam bed. Let's try to pan out here. Let me back up. Tiny space living, folks. It does have its challenges. So there's my bed. I have my television so that I can swivel it. A lot of people probably would put their television sets on one of those swing arms or what have you. Excuse me, I still have the plague. Still getting over this upper respiratory crap, people, since, I contracted it a few months ago. But anyway, I've got mine so that I can just turn it. If I'm in the bed, I turn it. It's a light television set. It's 24 inches. So, yes. Love my memory foam bed. And I can't tell you what type of foam mattress it is because David created it, and it is a custom size. My bed is not a standard full-sized bed, and it's not a twin-sized bed. And as you can see, I actually use part of the actual bed for my baskets and my pillows and things that make me comfortable and things that I like. And Yes, things that, oh, yes. Notice while I was panning, my clip fan. Yes, everyone has to have a clip fan because no matter what kind of air you're moving, whether it's cool or hot, you're going to need a fan to move that air. So, love this. Couldn't live without it, and it also adjusts. And I purchased this at Ace Hardware. Although you can probably get one on Amazon. You can get them anywhere. I even noticed that Walmart had them, but they weren't as nice as this one. So you can always find them at Ace Hardware. Oh yes, love these also. My under-counter storage containers or bins. I'm a pretty short person. I'm like 5'6". So while a lot of people, these would probably drive them nuts. As you can see, they're way up, you know, in my tiny space above my head. A few extra things I use often were like snacks and my keto coffee or my little lemonade packets that I buy at Tractor Supply and my little organic onion crisps and my Stacy's, you know, bagel chips, things like that. Things that you use often and you just don't want to dig when you've got all of your food in a space like that. Oh yeah. There's my water. Absolutely. Gotta have your water, extra water. Can't just have the 1 gallon container. You're going to need extra water at all time for obvious reasons. So yeah. But getting back to the baskets, yes, gotta have these. They're great to have. I love them. They make things so convenient. Highly recommend them. Can't live without this item, and that is my Intertech, or whatever brand you choose. Polonus makes a good one, as well as others. Radiator heater. The best heating system for a small space. I don't advocate butane or propane systems because of the fact that you have to, you know, have adequate ventilation or you could die. Plus they're more of a fire hazard. So I love my Intertech radiator style heater. And then here's another thing you can't live without in a tiny space. And I don't know if you can see mine very well, but that is my air conditioner. And I really don't, I think it is a GE. It's a GE system. Where he purchased it and for how much, I'm pretty sure it's around a $250 or under $300 system from GE. But what I like about it is it does allow me to choose what temperature I want to maintain, and believe me, this thing does that. And it's also very energy efficient, so you cannot live without an air conditioner. And I've already went over my Magic Chef fridge. Got to have a fridge or some system to hold your food and dry system foodstuffs. Here's another product I cannot live without. Tiny space product you cannot live without. And this is my small, it's actually not that small. It's a woven basket that I got at IKEA. And we do have an IKEA here in Columbus, Ohio. Praise the Lord. Love them, love them, love them. And this one is a collapsible basket. So it's got a lot of stuff in it, so I don't feel like collapsing it. But this is where I keep my extra paper towels and my TP, toilet paper, because there's something you have to use a lot, and if you don't want to run out and buy them all of the time, then you have to keep them in some kind of a container or have some method to store them when you're in your tiny space. And then here's my my favorite tiny space product, bar none, is my porta potty or my lugaloo that I created myself. It's a I've had past videos where I went into complete detail about where I purchased it, which was Hobby Lobby, and it's an old, like, one of those spittoon type things, and I purchased the lid at a secondhand store. And these are the cedar shavings, animal bedding that I use, and just, you know, kitchen bag liners, and that's covered in another video. And then I use this little container I got at Hobby Lobby to put my cedar shavings, because that's another thing. You got to have someplace to put that stuff. And, you know, if you don't have something inside your tiny space, and this is my cleaning solution bottle of water and white vinegar that I use to help or assist me with my dishes and what have you. Gotta have that. And you always have it available to clean messes and what have you. And so all of these things go right here, along with my dustpan and my dust broom. Those are must-haves. You will use those every single day in your tiny space. And if you don't, the place will become uninhabitable in very short order. And I think I've covered that. Oh, another favorite with me is my little faux plank rug. This is great for additional insulation as well. I purchased it, and that's my front entry mat. I mean, look how dirty that is, peeps. Well, I'm on a farm, so I work on a farm. So I do have the entry mat, and I also have this little plastic runner that I purchased at Walmart. And believe you me, if I didn't have that, God help me. God help anybody that doesn't have things like this to help capture the dirt and debris as you walk in. Because every day when I walk in, as you can see, you go from the outside directly into your tiny space, right? And that's dirt. See that boot? It's constantly got mud on it because it rains. And yes, while I do have things out here to help knock the dirt and additional dirt and mud off of my feet before I come in, you're not going to come in without dragging in some dirt, folks. And yes, I take my boots off most of the time, but today, because I'm doing the video and walking in and out, not so much. Oh yes, and my hooks to hang my coats in my purse and things like that. Yes, I have a very tiny space, so yes, it's kind of a mess. Oh yeah, my key holder, decorative key holder. I guess that's what you call it. I'm really having some brain problems today, folks. Forgive me. Oh yes, and I also love these. I don't know where David got them. And yes, that's my lighted selfie tripod that I purchased off eBay. Love that as well. Or yeah, Amazon. I'll be honest, peeps, I don't remember where I bought it. But these little hooks that David put in here, some sort of decorative, they're probably for tie-back curtains or something. He put them in here, and they are perfect to hold my selfie ring and my cowboy hats. And yeah, I only keep 2 cowboy hats in here at any given time. The other one is on my head, but as you can see, when I take it off, I put it there. So I have a place to put my hats. Yes, must have, must have, must have. Gotta have those. Another favorite tiny space product that I have is my dry sink system. So no, I do not have any type of water system that allows me to run water directly into the sink. I have to use my coffee pot generally, or teapot, whichever you want to call it, to pour into that system. But all it consists of, and David affixed this permanently, affixed this to my food prep countertop, which is actually just an old dresser. Looks like to me it's an old dresser, and underneath that is storage for a lot of products and makeup and cleansing products and cleansing products for the home or for the tiny space. And this is just a big salad bowl I purchased at Walmart to go inside, because when this doesn't move, if you have an affixed system, if you don't have a drainage system or a way to drain that water out of your rig or out of this bowl, then you're going to have another system to allow you to do that. So when I put water in here and do my dishes, whatever I'm using it for, then I take the soiled water and I open this window. Remember this window that goes to my trash can outside? Yes, that's where it goes. And that's why I love this system. Anything I don't want gets disposed of, goes right into that trash container right there. So it's very convenient. And so I can throw water. I make sure I throw the water past the trash system. But I don't do that very often. Sometimes I just take this and carefully walk out the front door and dispose of it next to the side of my rig. And then also I have my cutting board that I put on top of this dry sink system. And then I have another little one of these little disposable or plastic cutting boards. You can get those at the Dollar Trees or what have you. They're usually in packs of two for $1. And because this is a nice bamboo cutting board, I didn't want to destroy it by cutting, using my knives on it. And then I have a knife system under here, my little knife, and then I use it to cut, to prepare my food and what have you there. So yes, I do have a system for food prep. I just don't like the looks of that plastic, so I usually slide it. It's hard to do with one hand, people. Right underneath my cutting board. So yes, my dry sink and my cutting board, bamboo cutting board system are two of my favorite things. Last but not least, my favorite thing, tiny space thing, is my Roku system. Yes. We have to have a means to educate and entertain ourselves in a tiny space, so I highly recommend you purchase a Roku system. And I also have my TV Freeway Gold antenna, so I can watch regular television. So those are two products I highly recommend. So get a Roku system. They have them at Walmart. TV Freeway Gold is also at Walmart. And then whatever television you have, make sure it's HDM1 or HDMI. I think it's HDMI, and so that you can connect the Roku system to it. That scared me. I heard something outside the window. I don't know if you guys did or not, but it scared the crap out of me. Anyway, Roku system, and then last but not least, my favorite tiny space product that I absolutely cannot live without, is my Verizon wireless what do you call it, people? My Verizon Wireless. Jeez. I'm telling you, peeps, doing these videos when you live in a tiny space is not easy because I have notes, but as you can see, I'm hand holding the phone, and it's just, you have days, people. You have days. You're just exhausted. You want to still help and contribute, but it's not easy. And then something throws you off, like something hit the side of my tiny space, my tiny house, my rig, whatever you want to call it. See, that's another thing. I get tired of trying to constantly define what things are called, because you're trying to simplify the process and make it so people can use these products, obtain these products, and so you need an accurate description. And sometimes trying to define all of these terms is just, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. So yes, my Verizon wireless cell phone service is essential because it allows me to use and I have a Google Pixel 3 XL, or the largest cell phone that Verizon offers. Got a good deal on it, and it allows me to use this phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot. I'm pretty close, within 2 miles of a Verizon cell tower out here, so I get really good service, and I do use it as a Wi-Fi hotspot, and that allows me to connect up to 10 electronic devices, such as other laptops, desktops, cell phones, and what have you. So yes, that's everything in a nutshell, folks. I'm sorry about all the bleeps and bloopers and other things, but yes, while you're here, please thumbs up, comment on, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And while you're subscribing to my YouTube channel, please ring that little notification bell so that you can get future notifications to my video uploads. And in the meantime, may Christ bless each and every one of you most abundantly. And bye-bye.